November 26th, 2022, I was on my way to go see The Cure play in a small town north of Paris called Lievin, France. I had to switch trains a lot and I didn't exactly know where I was going. This is kind of part of the package when you follow a band around the world. You take risks, you go on an adventure, and you see what's up. In this part of my adventure, I had to figure out how to get from one stop in Lille to the other without much direction. Oh god, I just want to see The Cure. But luckily, I ran into some other Cure fans. And even though Kurti and Tati were almost as clueless as I was, it was fun trying to figure it out with them. Turns out we had to exit the train station, walk about 15 minutes in a town that none of us had been in to get to the next station on time. Oh yeah, did I mention that we had never met before? I mean, we kind of knew each other from the socials and yada yada, but anyway, the good news was The Cure seemed in sight. Now all we had to do was figure out how to get from Lens to Lievin the next day. So that night, I scouted. I looked all around town for clues, and all I could find is a freaking Santa Claus. We had searched online, and we found one bus connection, one bus. But then to get back, we'd have to reserve a cab. Thankfully, Kurti speaks French. He reserved a cab for 7 people. Woo! So the next day, show day, we relaxed at the hotel and ran into Cure fans. This is Shitty, he's Hungarian, and reserved our energy for the long day ahead. The venue was about a 20-minute walk from the bus stop, and it was raining. But we met some really nice people, including this guy from Paris who was seeing The Cure for the first time, and then these two from Belgium. And it kept raining, but we made the best of it. Finally, after a good hour and a half standing there, the long-ass line started to move. And when I say long, I mean long. Like the kind of line that you don't know how long it is until you're walking and starting and stopping. It was mad. I mean, the things we go through, kid, you don't know the half of it. But finally, after a little bit more walking, we all made it inside, packed in like a bunch of cold, wet sauna towels. But guess what? It was worth it, of course. And by the time we got dry, it was over. And it was still raining, so we had to walk to get our cab in the traffic. Remember when it was pouring rain? And remember when it took an hour and a half just to move an inch? But all hope was not lost, because there was one pub in town that was still open. So we had some drinks, and we had some laughs. And just like at many, many Cure concerts around the world, a bunch of people from around the world who'd never have the chance to meet each other were all of a sudden sharing their experiences and their common ground. And this broke, befuddled, bewildered, tired birthday girl couldn't be any happier. Literally, everyone sat at this table is from a different country. Well, especially if you consider New York a different country. Another common action that happens after a Cure show is you don't want the night to end, no matter how miserable half of it was. So we kept walking in the rain, slowly, back to the hotel. And the night is always young. Right, Robert? So the next day, we packed up our things and headed south, down to Paris for the next gig. Of course, I got sick, so I couldn't go. I was just happy to run into the Hungarians again. After all, sometimes the journey's the destination. Right, Reevsky? Oh yeah, and my friend Stephanie, who I have yet to introduce you to, but who was there the whole time, managed to hitch a ride with a Cure fan all the way from Lens to Paris. She had no idea how she was going to get there, and it just happened magically. So that's it. That's my story. A day in the life of a Cure fan. What's the moral? Just get your butt out there as much as you can. Take life for the good, bad, the ugly, the unknown, everything, and enjoy.